Pixel 5a 5G is finally here. Google's newest phone. We're going to check it out. We're going to jump right in, do a quick unboxing, and then I'll come back in a week or two with some review videos on this phone. The latest 5a 5G Pixel phone is here. It does come in one colorway here. This is mostly black, $449, and pre-orders are available right now. We're going to unbox this guy. We'll take a look. They do have some peel stickers on the back, always very thoughtful. And shout out to Google and Team Pixel for sending this guy out for me to check out, unbox, and review. Now, again, one colorway, mostly black, 5A 5G, so again, 5G capable here. Let's just take a look at the packaging, the branding on the top, picture of the phone, and on the back, hashtag Team Pixel with some of the dimensions and specs on the back. But we're going to open this guy up and get into the unboxing. So, again, the color mostly black, but there is a little shade of green on there if you guys can see. And, you know, last year when I did have the 4A and the Pixel 5, all I wanted was something a little bit bigger. And then the 4A 5G came out. Now, this will be very similar in size to the 4A 5G, slightly bigger on here. 6.34-inch display on here, 2400 by 1080 with a PPI of 413 for those of you that care about PPI. Now let's just peel this. Always a pleasure to do that peel. Very nice looking phone, guys. This is very nice and a perfect size. You can see the hole punch here. Now, we'll come back to the phone in a second, but let's take a look and see what else we get inside of the box. If we take this out, we are going to get the SIM card tool, and it does show you right here about the SIM card tray. Now, speaking of the SIM card tray, you can use a physical SIM or eSIM on this phone. Inside of here, you are going to have some paperwork, of course. So a little paperwork, and look at here. We got a charging brick, 18-watt charging brick inside of the box. Take note, Samsung and Apple. Now, USB-C to USB-C to charge this guy up, but they do provide an adapter, so we get a lot for our money on a very cheap phone, right? We're getting a lot more than we would with some of the other more expensive phones out there. They also give us this adapter, USB-C to USB-A adapter, if you do need that. But the charging brick, in my opinion, very important when you're buying a phone. You need a brick inside of a phone. And speaking of the phone, let's go back to the 5A 5G. Very nice. I love the size of this phone. Now, I don't have anything to compare it to. I did sell my 4A from last year and my 5 from last year, but I do really like the size of this phone. Now, on the back, you are going to have the dual cameras, basically the same cameras as last year. The Touch ID here, which is where it should be, in my opinion. That is the perfect spot for your Touch ID. I do love that spot. They're branding here on the bottom of the phone. And on the bottom of the phone, you're going to have your USB port to charge this up. And speaking of charging, no wireless charging on here, but we do get a giant battery in here, 4680 milliamp battery on here, guys. So all day battery life, you better believe it. Now, let's power this guy on. Now, on the right, speaking of the power button, there is a bit of texture on the power button, so you are going to know every time that you are touching that power button. So I do like all of the little details that they put into this device. And again, the SIM card tray is over here. Now, non-expandable storage on here, 128 gigs of storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM. IP67 water resistant. So we're getting a lot here for our money. Let's see if there's any juice. We'll power this guy on. We'll check out the front display, HD display, 60 hertz refresh rate on here, guys. Unlike the phones from last year, I believe the Pixel 5 had a 90 hertz refresh rate. Thin bezels on here, and again, I do really like the size, and I definitely do not mind this hole punch. Much better than the notch, and in my opinion, much better than the Fold 3 is coming with that under display camera on there, which the technology isn't ready. I know they are taking a risk doing that, but I do not mind that hole punch at all. But I do love the size of this display on here. Now, again, the camera's on the back of here, 12.2 megapixel camera and a 16 megapixel ultra wide on here. But we do get 4K 60 frames per second in video. And on the front, the camera, 8 megapixel camera and 1080p at 30 frames per second if you are shooting video from the front of the phone. Now, this does come with the Snapdragon 765G, which is the exact same processor from last year, which for those of us that use the phones from last year, it was a good processor. It's not flagship level, but it does enough to get the job done. All right, guys, we're all set up now. Quick look at that display. Very nice, very big display. Thin bezels on here. Again, 60 hertz refresh rate on this phone, but it is a very nice looking phone. Again, a little shade of green on that color on the back. Mostly black is the name. The fingerprint sensor here on the back, the perfect spot for it. Now, Android 11, again, we will be getting a bunch of years of updates on this phone, and we should be getting a security update very soon with this phone. So I'm excited for it, guys. Just a quick unboxing, taking a look at the new 5A 5G from Google. Very impressive right out of the box. We will see over the next week or two what I really think about this phone as I use this as my daily driver. But first impressions are very good so far. I do like the size of it probably the most. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy at all. And the display on here, I'm not a person who needs a quad HD display. It's nice when you have it, right? But I don't need it. I can use I've been using an iPhone 11 for the longest time now. 1080p display is all I really need. I think that still looks really good in my opinion, so I don't have a problem with that at all. And the processor on here, it's still going to feel snappy enough, in my opinion. I don't game on my phone, so this will do exactly what I need it to do when I need to do it. So I am looking forward to it. But that's it, guys. This is available for pre-order right now. I'll drop the link below. The 5A 5G, mostly black. Let me know. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think. Upgraded video on here. You're going to get the same camera quality and pictures that we did on previous phones from last year, which were some of the best, especially when you are in portrait taking those photos. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the new size of the phone, right? A bigger phone. That's what we wanted. That's at least what I wanted. And that's what I said in my videos last year with those phones. So we're here. We got it. They listened. So I'm excited about that. I'll be back soon, guys, with more. Peace.